Hello everyone, and welcome to part 2 of this replay. Now I'm gonna go ahead and unpause this replay. Zergling's now trying to come in, and that one Hellion was able to get a fair number of shots off, and now Marines trying to fight down and trying to take down the rest of these units. Medevacs also coming in to try to heal some of these units as well, but things are just not going well for me. Army-wise, both of us have taken significant losses, losing that Thor, and now it's a 900 versus a 350, and he could probably push on in and try to take me out there. I do have a few missile turrets and a few Hellions as well, and one single medevac, but that's not really going to be enough to push any of these attacks back. But you see that I am trying to macro up a large number of units, training up more Vikings, more Marines, getting the weapons upgrades and the armor upgrades. Income-wise, I am now ahead of my opponent, sitting on 46 harvesters compared to his 36, as I was able to pressure his expansion. He is getting infestors though, so those infestors will be able to neuroparasite my Thors. A couple Zerglings, a couple Hydralisks down over here, and now I'm producing off of 2 factories, and I'm going to be producing off of 3 barracks, one with a tech lab, just in order to be able to research those additional upgrades, and just try to macro up a stronger and stronger army. Toids sitting on a 2,050 mineral army. I do have siege tanks, I have some Hellions as well, and now I'm going to move out with this medevac. This medevac is simply being used as a deterrent and to try to pressure Toids over here. I want to make sure that this expansion does not get up and running. So this is more of a skeleton crew, hoping that it will draw his... if I'm able to take down that expansion, great. If I'm not, perhaps I will be able to... push as he tries to move some of his units over. So in comes this medevac. Medevac gonna go ahead and drop on down, and he does not have this expansion really up and running just by yet. Zerglings is trying to run on in, but really not going to be that successful. Marines are now upgraded 1-0. Single that Queen now trying to come in and focus down as well, but still not working all too well. And now Toids coming in with Mutalisks, and these mass Marines are just able to take these down. I'm trying to pick up my my Marines now because of those Zerglings, but somehow it didn't quite work. So a little bit of a mistake there. Now you see all these Hydralisks and all these drones, all these units being transferred back over from his main base to his expansion. So I was going to take this time to try to pressure his main base, macroing up. I'm still sitting on a large number of minerals, kind of ashamed of myself, sitting on 1,500, still not quite enough gas. And now those Zerglings are able to see this really bad situation that he's currently in. All these Zerglings now going to try to perhaps do a run by, and now siege tanks just sieging on up, just dishing out that damage. Infestors moving on in as well, getting destroyed. And now 3 low hit point siege tanks. I'm going to go ahead and call down a mule and trying to start repair the rest of these siege tanks, trying to move in the rest of these units. Hydralisks now coming in as well. Luckily focusing down this Viking for a while, so these siege tanks were able to push and deal more damage. Now I have a couple Vikings in the air just trying to focus down some of these overlords. If I'm able to get some of these overlords, perhaps I can supply lock him again, but he still has such a large number of overlords that I really won't be able to do anything here. Siege tanks now pushing on him. Siege tanks upgraded 1-0. Marines just laying in waiting perhaps any Zerglings coming in from behind. He does have this expansion over here that is fairly well saturated. Income-wise, it is fairly even. However, he is taking a lot of damage, just losing a lot of his main tech buildings. If I can take down this layer and then perhaps start taking down these spires and the Hydralisks, then he will have a very difficult time trying to come back in any further. There is one infestor here. Siege tanks now and firing back, and Toids leaves the game. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Here's a quick recap on everything. Some of my mistakes. I did try to establish another expansion over here. Didn't really macro up. Also, I should have more production buildings at this time. For some reason, I'm still not getting the same amount of gas that I really need. Perhaps I needed more. A better unit combination. I was going a very heavy gas build, producing Thors early on and then medevacs. So that is the reason why I have additional barracks in order to try to train up more units. Also, sitting on 2,600 minerals, I should really be using more of these SCVs, trying to queue up more supply depots, and just try to macro up my game even further. Some of the things that I did right on this game, as you know, any Terran player, keep track of your Zerg expansions. You need to make sure that the Zerg player does not have more than one does not have more than one additional expansion on you. If he does, he will definitely be able to out macro you. So you really want to be careful about that. Second, make sure that you try to be as mobile as the Zerg. Dropships are very nice, very strong for the Terran army. The medevac being able to heal that unit. You saw how well those 8 Marines were able to just slow down the production and really just draw all the attention away from the main base. Also, keep in mind your upgrades as well. My siege tanks are upgraded 1-0. His infestors are upgraded with 1 armor at the very least. I don't see. Can I click on the Hydralisk? He also has level 1 upgrades on his Hydralisk as well. So he's actually more upgraded than I am. Anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening, and I hope to see you guys on Battle.net.